Hi, this is Jackie,
Hi, this is Diana.
and you're listening to Homebodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO Max series. I had a little frog in my throat there when I first started talking. And this episode, we are breaking down, and just like that, Season 2, Episode 7, February 14th.
Special.
All right. So last time I recapped from a New York Times article.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm turning red and pink in weird ways. But anyway.
You look lovely.
Thank you. But I couldn't use the same woman or whatever because I would have to get a subscription to New York Times.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm
you got
not
the pop up that's like,
Sorry.
hey.
Yeah, it's like, you want this, you got to pay. I'm like,
whoa,
dang.
Exceeded your
I filled
reads.
my limit, I guess, of how many articles on New York Times I've read, which is kind of weird because I've read articles on there. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So this recap is from decider.com.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, though. I don't know who wrote it. But so let's just start. Miranda is unsure of her sexuality. While she's at this Brooklyn bookstore with Naya. I don't know if this is exactly where I'm just going to start with this, whatever. I like that they're going into stores in this episode. Sorry, I just had to say that. I shouldn't have said that now. But, and she stumbles upon a voiceover artist named Amelia Carsey, who is doing a dramatic reading of Pride and Prejudice. And Miranda is drawn to the woman's voice. Red pantsuit. This is what the person wrote. Red pantsuit and big Austin energy.
Wow.
Amanda apparently is big with the Audible crowd, and Miranda was a big fan. So she ends up asking, this is me now, my writing, ends up asking Amelia out on Valentine's Day. And then, instead of going out, Amelia asks Miranda to her apartment. When Miranda arrives at Amelia's apartment, it's tiny, the litter box is in the middle of the room, causing Amelia to step in cat poop. The bed has no sheet. I mean, it was a nightmare. It was realistic in a way. I mean, you didn't expect it because she was so well put together and smooth and everything. You did kind of expect her apartment, even if it was going to be tiny, to at least be
tidy,
neat. Yes. And clean, because I have a feeling it was not.
Yeah. She looked very, yeah.
She was a hot mess, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so the actress who plays Amanda is Miriam Shore, and I was like, she was the boss, I guess, and I did watch Younger, because Darren Star, I think, did Younger. Hopefully I'm not. And Darren Star did Sex in the City, and I believe that's the connection. Hope I'm not saying the wrong.
This could be, did Darren Star also do Desperate Housewives? Or wait, I might be way out.
I have no idea.
Okay, I might have to look that up. That just popped into my, okay, go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. So basically Miranda calls Carrie frantic, and Carrie was like, do you have to stay? And she's like, I don't. And I realized, 35-year-old straight Miranda would stay, but 56-year-old lesbian Miranda wouldn't, and off she scurries. So Naya decides she's having a meevening for Valentine's Day. Her friends want her, to do a what is it called? Galentines? I mean, they didn't call it that, but they wanted to do like the Galentines.
I wrote it down because it was in my real love hate, the meevening.
Yes. I said that already.
So
yeah.
This is why I shouldn't have my phone out.
I know. No, you were Googling. I said Naya wanted to have a meevening. They wanted to do like a Galentine. I mean, though they didn't call it that. That's what I said. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm putting the phone down. All right. Darren Star, if you were in any involvement in the Desperate Housewives, I apologize. I think it was Mark Cherry that I was thinking of, but whatever. Keep going.
Okay.
Here we go.
She wants to make a souffle, so she does. She makes herself that chocolate souffle, which does look very good. The person who wrote this article hates that name. I thought it was fine. I don't know. Anyway, she relishes time to talk. Okay. Next storyline. Anthony, with his hot fellas business, Drew Barrymore wants him on her show. And let me see. He wants one of his delivery men and finds out, of course, one just like is putting the HGH into his leg in the middle of a shift. That's a little ridiculous. And
like in the middle of like packing bread.
Yeah. And Anthony realizes that they're all artificially enhanced. He can't have them on Drew Barrymore, so he's not sure what to do. So Charlotte, of course, finds this, because she's in a card store, finds this sexy Italian poet named Giuseppe, which I don't know if they ever say his name, but in the closed captions they said his name, so I don't know if they said it. The thing. Oh yeah, I think they did actually when he was on the show, Drew Barrymore. Giuseppe really fills out the uniform, and that throws everybody off. He looked familiar too, by the way. He was just going to do that, but then Anthony like begs him to stay on as an employee because like his Instagram is blowing up. Now I do have a question I inserted in here. Do they air Drew's show live? Because somehow Charlotte watched it while it was happening real time. Do you watch Drew's show? You?
I have caught it on TikTok, like the little snippets.
Okay, I've heard. Yes,
I've never sat and watched. I mean, I can't. Like, I remember watching the Rachel Ray show because I went to go see it live. I don't think, but it never aired live, so I don't think.
None of
although
those shows
you know what? No, because my neighbor across the street was actually on the Drew Carey. Oh my God, that's a wow. Let me back up the freight train here. My neighbor across the street and her husband during COVID was on the Drew Barrymore show.
They did go. I feel they were on.
I feel like that was live, but that was during COVID.
Yeah.
And I remember she's like, tune in because we're going to be on at this time.
Oh, okay.
And her and her husband was on. Like, so I don't know it. But The View was live because I went to see that as well. And it was a live taping.
Right. And the Today Show and all that. I just thought Drew was like the other talk shows where they tape it sometimes a week in advance it's live. Or more, a month in advance. Yeah, that was like my question. And then I want to know if you watch it. And I said, I hate to say this, but I don't know anybody who watches it.
And the snippets I've seen successful. Yes, and the snippets I've seen on TikTok come up, or even Kelly Clarkson show, are hysterical. Like when they do these like little things, but it's not. I mean, I don't have time to. It's not something I'm gonna like.
But I don't like. I'm happy for her. I think she's like very sweet, and I love her. But I just don't know anyone who watches it. I mean, it's like a different time now with daytime talk shows like Ellen, and Oprah. I mean, Oprah, Rosie O'Donnell,
and that was on after school.
Yeah.
Oprah was like on after school. So was Ellen. I remember what was the O'Donnell? Rosie O'Donnell that used to be on after school. I remember that. But if I was home on maternity leave, I probably would tune in to that because I would watch the Today Show, or I'd be like total, you know what I mean? But I think it's great. I just don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, soap operas are kind of gone too, and
I know. Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
new times. Okay. LTW. So, says LTW's arch nemesis this week is for once not a canceled car service. It's her son, Herbert Jr.'s girlfriend, Baxter, whom LTW thinks is too handsy with her son. When LTW and Herbert don't allow Herbert Jr. to enjoy Valentine's Day in a suite at the Mandarin, they compromise, allowing him to stay home. But Lisa, who Herbert Jr. calls uptight, thinks this is just a license for him and Baxter to have sex in her bed. So she booty traps it. When LTW returns from dinner, the traps and her son are untouched, but turns out Baxter is more interested in her closet, which was really bad. She was taking pictures with that purse, which Baxter had commented on at school when LTW had said something about them. Anyway, this says, what did it say? Something about it. Oh, yeah. And finally, Herbert was like, come on, to his son. That was really bad. They were in her closet. Okay. Che, after a lunch with Carrie and Che walk out of a restaurant. Che asks Carrie if Miranda's ghosting them. Carrie suggests that, maybe Miranda is. Che gruffly explains that they need Miranda to come get a box of she out of Che's apartment. because Che is going to sublet it. Or Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Sublet it. As they're explaining this, a tiny stray dog scurries in front of them and under a car. Che coaxes it out. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the author, actually, I don't know. The author, quotes Che saying, "It's okay, I used to do this." They were, do what? Oh, Carrie also says that. Sorry, do what? And all of us ask. Che returns the dog to a rescue. But was it a rescue or was it a vet? It seemed like a vet office.
It felt
right?
like a vet clinic to me.
Yeah, they're calling it a rescue. And their old boss's name Judy, asks if Che wants their old job back. And now, says the person who wrote this says, and now I guess we're going to have to endure a few episodes of Che Zahar Milan, the dog whisperer.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
that's good.
Okay. Next, Charlotte, the most Valentine-loving of everyone, is the only one who doesn't really get to enjoy her V-Day on account of a pot brownie situation gone wrong when Lily, now broken up with her virginity-taking boyfriend, Blake, sorry, this is what this person wrote, decides to throw an F the boys party with some new school friends. Charlotte obliges, tells Harry they have to leave the house for the night to give Lily some space. Blah, blah, blah. Lily got made fun of for her song.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
The whole thing.
Charlotte, they make reservations because Valentine's Day is ridiculous to make reservations for 5:30. It's running late, the whole thing. She starts feeling tingling and numb. And she, to me, didn't act like she was on TCH or whatever, right? I mean, she seemed a little hopped up. Wouldn't you be calmer?
Yeah. Right? But isn't there a different type, maybe?
What?
Or maybe... Isn't there different types or something? Like where you can...
You know what?
I don't know enough about...
We are probably the two worst people to ask this. To even... Not even... No, or maybe people... No one asked us.
But maybe... No, but maybe people like are affected differently or something?
I was going to say, yes. I remember... Let's see, does that mean something else is in it? I'm so confused. Maybe some...
Who knows?
I know people who've been like, oh my God, I felt like my heart was being out of my chest, but I didn't think really that was supposed to do that to you. Anyway, she ends up in an ambulance, the whole thing. It really shakes her to the core. Earlier in the day, she was running around. She was shuttling Rock around for the modeling agency. Then Rock decides they don't care about the modeling and really doesn't want to do it anymore. And Rose, oh my gosh, Rock. Why would I even say that? Rock, that was so weird. Calls Charlotte, like she says it's real, they say it's real dance mom vibes. And says that, but that's when they say they don't want to be a mom. Okay, so Charlotte's feeling unappreciated, in need of a change, and decides to she's going to call Mark Kasabian, right? The art gallery guy, I believe. I have to get back to me, and that's not just the pot talking. All right, next thing. Carrie. We don't have anything about Seema with the massage, but whatever. So Carrie. Okay, so this was, I think, the first scene, was they were all having lunch, right? Well, first, Carrie gets an email from Aidan. That's like the first scene, right? And then she's at lunch. She tells them that Aidan asked her to dinner because he's going to be in town on Valentine's Day, the whole thing. They're talking about it. Carrie arrives at the restaurant promptly. Of course, there's no sign of Aidan. She worries she might be stood up, blah, blah, blah. They end up there at two different restaurants that are right next door to each other. And the guy who seated her didn't say anything, probably because the restaurant was dead on Valentine's Day, which is a really
clearly
bad sign.
It was not.
So I don't know.
It probably would be eating there.
I feel like that's almost unrealistic, but maybe not.
Totally.
At least pre-COVID. So there he is. Oh, this is so funny because the person writes, there he is, dressed in a belted jacket that gives Canadian Mountie vibes.
100%.
Wasn't he on a show where he played a Mountie guy?
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Unless I'm mixing him up with somebody.
I'll save that for the love-hate.
I should have Googled
Keep
that
going.
one. Okay. They hug. Yeah, I don't think you're alone with that one. It's the warmest hug you've ever seen. Blah, blah, blah. It was great.
It was lovely. Yeah.
I cried. They did it really well, other than his awkward standing there. I felt like he needed something in his hand. I don't know what was going on. They have a great conversation. Yada, blah, 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 blah. They go back to her apartment, which meanwhile, how did he not notice that they were going back to her? And he freaks out. I'm never going in there again. That was so Aidan, I felt like. And I was like, no, what? Anyway, then he says, F it. This is New York. They have hotels, right? And then Carrie says, and just like that, Aidan and I were back on the same page. And they kiss.
Here we go.
All right. Before we do love hate, I just lost my notes. I just swiped them away. Okay. Fashion.
Oh, no, you got to get to your fashion. Yeah.
Fashion. The first thing I saw, because I think it was in the first scene, was Miranda's sweater. It is rag and bone. It's this like, it almost looks Free People-ish, although maybe Free People would be a little more loose. It's like sort of asymmetrical looking with the pattern. At the time I clicked on it, my notes, there was one left in extra, extra small, and it was on sale for $223, down from $495. It is rag and bone beige Hollis turtleneck. I have a feeling you won't be able to find it if you try it right now. I also liked Charlotte's plaid cape, the green. It was in the scene when they were at the school and LTW sees the kid. This is kind of a similar. I shot it off to Shop Your TV Facebook, took a picture. FYI, everybody, if you're interested in any show at all, like even people submit pictures from like the Today Show or anything. It doesn't matter if it's a series or not. And if you have a good picture and you say the specific episode, season, episode, all of that, they are on it. This one person is on it so fast and basically said they found similar on Etsy, vintage. Okay. It was 100. I just had it. It was $120. It keeps saying low in stock. Only keeps saying one left. It's been saying that ever since I clicked on it. And I have a feeling you have this one. I almost didn't even do it because I thought you would have it anyway. The red jumpsuit. LTW's red jumpsuit.
I sure did.
Yeah.
With a big heart around it.
So
it was beautiful. Stunning.
Looked it up. It's on Net-a-Porter. It's $660.
Okay.
Whatever. Oh no, it's sold out. Sold out too. It is sold out. Oh,
it's gorgeous.
Didn't mean to. I clicked add to wish list. No, I'm not. It's down. It was down from $1,100. So now it's $660.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah.
That's a showstopper to me.
Yeah, that was, and it's red, and you said you didn't want to wear red.
I know, but that's just like,
I think they had it in black.
As soon as I was like drooling at that scene. The whole, I was just like, oh my God. I think you are the hottest thing ever right now.
She's gorgeous.
I want to walk around the town with you. That's beautiful. Just hang out. Actually, I want to wear that. Is it in my size?
You're like, can I wear you?
Yes.
Can I wear?
Are we the same height and size?
No, you just want to wear her.
How tall are you? She looks so much taller than me.
Yeah.
She looks tall.
Seema seems tall.
I feel like
Carrie is
Parker is pretty
tiny,
petite.
Yeah, she's short.
But anyway, is that it for your fashion?
Yes, you go.
So first on my list was the crochet blanket. I know it's not something you wear, but it was very fashionable in the very first scene with Carrie in bed.
I think she had that last season.
I don't know why, but it stuck out, and I was loving the grandma vibes with that. It brought me right back. I also, the black and gold studded purse made a reappearance, but now we saw it in full daylight.
Did you try to find it?
She had it on, I think, with the plaid coat, and then she had like a studded belt or something.
She had her studded belt again on from
Yeah, and it was with the black and gold studded purse, and I was like, that purse is just so freaking cool.
Did you Google
I loved it. I know, it should put it on the Shop Your TV for sure. Totally, probably. It's like either vintage or out of my reach, but it's like, it just keeps coming back. Loved her plaid coat. Obviously, I loved the jumpsuit. and LTW slippers in the scene where she was at her little desk there.
Oh, yes.
It was quick, but I was like, those are amazing.
Those are on the Shop Your TV website.
Oh, so freaking cute.
Now
They almost had like an UGG fuzzy vibe, those slippers that were hot last year. And they had like a little gold buckle. I saw a pair, I think they were Steve Madden recently, that were maybe in the $60 range. I was like, ooh, those are amazing, and totally would love to like rock those around my house. They're adorable. And then Carrie's shoes on Valentine's Day were beautiful.
I think I
so that's my fashion list.
Let me see if
the slippers.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the slippers up because I know they're there. In fact, I saw the slippers on Shop Your TV before I saw them on the show because, or I saw them. Yeah, I think I saw them on the Instagram Shop Your TV. Like I said, there's so many shows. I went to Andy Mack, Disney's Andy Mack. Anywho, that was episode 7. Okay, let's see. I think they have Carrie's shoes too. Let's go first. Sorry, hold on. LTW stuff. Oh, they have. Oh, there they are. No, what am I talking? They're Shearling sandals. No, they're not Uggs. I think possibly Louis Vuitton. Let me see. Yep, Louis Vuitton. So you can buy it here. Cute. Let's see how much they cost. They are cute. They're sold out. I don't went to Fashion Pile. Oh, I wonder if this is so I can at least people who are watching. So cute. Ooh, there we go.
So cute.
Yeah. Okay. That darn black studded purse is killing me because I really don't know what you're talking about. Wait, she had it with Aidan on the date?
No, she had it when they were walking somewhere. Maybe now I can't remember if it was the day of the spa thing. I don't know, but it came back.
Well, I'm not going to look now.
So we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
All right. So I can relate to that. You want to give it a go?
Oh, sure. I can relate to Harry napping in the afternoon. I love doing that. I always feel kind of worse sometimes than before I took a nap, but I still love napping. Che rescuing the dog. And I'm trying to think if there was really anything else. I hate to say that might be it.
Okay. I only have 2. I can relate to that. The mevening, because I love a good mevening.
Yes.
Pour a glass of wine, light a candle, have some chocolate, watch a show, binge something. I'm totally for that.
Yeah.
So I put that in both. I drew an arrow under. I can relate to that, and under love. And then
let's name it a meekend. A me
Ooh,
weekend.
I love that.
A meekend.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
Even better.
Meekend.
Meekend.
We need one of those. A weekend, but a we.
Like weekend.
Plus, I owe you a birthday dinner, and like my birthday's coming, so we should just have like a weekend of celebrating us.
Birthday.
Let's get on that.
We birthday.
We. A birth week. All right. And then I wrote the Post-it notes all over when LTW was sitting there with a million Post-its around. I was like, that is me. If you've ever been into my office, you will notice I am a Post-it queen. I love them. They're everywhere. It helps me. I'm that. I hate when people are like, oh, they're a visual learner. I'm a visual person, though. I'm going to say it like that. And I hate when they're a visual person. What does that mean? But I have to write it down.
It's like writing. The grad class I took was that visual learning.
Right?
Yeah.
I have to write it down and see it around me
Mm-hmm.
in multiple things, and I'll take care of it. And I love checking things off. It makes me like,
or
like
when you rip
crossing off in a vow.
Rip the post it down and recycle. I don't do that a lot, but I love it. Dave used to be more Post-it. He has Post-its on the front door right now, so he remembers when he walks out the door.
I'm here for it. I mean, we have a color-coded whiteboard calendar, for crying out loud. Everybody in the family has a different color typically. I know. This is my OCD. Okay, love, hate. Here we go. Skip over to that.
Okay. Love. Oh, Anthony's bread, baguette, phone. I freaking found it. I knew you'd have it. I found it.
It was number
Do you
one.
know? Okay, so I was Googling. I Googled bread phone. Nothing's coming up. Nothing. I was like, God bless America. So then I'm like typing in, I don't know what I typed in, but I found this phone. It is a French baguette novelty phone. It is on a website called oldphoneworks.com. Okay, there it is.
It's amazing.
It's $79.95. It is sold out, of course. You can connect it somehow through Bluetooth. Okay. It says it would be a great addition to your kitchen. Oh my God. This is how they write. See, as soon as I see a typo, I'm like, this is sketchy. Okay. The French baguette novelty phone would be a great addition to your kitchen table.
Yeah.
Imagine making a call to your favorite bakery or Parisian cafe using this unique phone! ! It's
amazing.
It has an electronic ringer. If you don't have regular landline, that's what it says. If you don't have regular, not a regular landline phone service, as I do, we provide an option to use this phone as an extension of your cell phone. Just picturing you.
Shut the front door. Are you serious? That's amazing. It reminded me of like, remember in Full House when DJ had her own phone line and it was like the Lips phone?
Yes.
Didn't she have the Lips phone?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I had this, but I remember like wanting maybe my neighbor had it. The phone that you could see through all the wires.
Yes.
And it was like neon. Yes. I went right back to that place. I'm like, I need this bread phone.
So they show other ones you might like. It looks like a ladybug, but it's black.
Oh,
then there's a Popeye. And then there's a golf ball. There has to be more. Sorry, I'm like trying to get it in the camera here. It's not really working.
It's so cool.
There has to be more other phones. But you don't know how excited I was that I found this because I feel like I Googled it for a couple days. like or something. Yeah. Like it took me and
like, I'm on the hunt.
It's a baguette. Like how could it not be showing up?
It's the best.
Okay. Yeah.
I love that you had that. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I knew you'd have that. I knew you'd have it too. I loved the dog, of course. I love that Amelia stepped in cat poo, and especially when she says it. It was just such a good delivery. And then I love the Aidan storyline. I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you want to do love?
Yeah. I loved... Shoot. All right. I did love the lunch scene. I wrote that down as a side note, love. I love the lunch scene because they had food on and off the fork and it made me chuckle because I'm now obsessed with watching So I loved it. It was like, I caught you. You had food and then you did it.
And
you did. And it wasn't mid-bite. So there. And then I did love the Miranda scene, but then I wrote, I didn't like the fact that she was like, oh, I can't leave. Like, it took her a while. I was like, get the, you know what, out of there. Go. Why are you, I'm like, I was like itching.
Ooh, I know. And she had the beautiful
like
dress
jump
on.
out a window, leave.
I mean, she looked, it's like, what a waste of an outfit.
so that was my loves.
Okay. Hate. Lily, period. Hate also Charlotte's parenting. And LTW's parenting. I'm getting a little sick of this. In fact, I did see some stuff on the Facebook group, which I think that's what got me riled up. They're letting them railroad them. They're so disrespectful, all of them. When Lily's like, Mom, get out. I was like, oh my God, I want to punch you. I want to punch you in the face. I didn't mind Rock saying that they didn't want to model anymore. Yeah. I think that's fine. Because I also think Charlotte was trying to vicariously live through
living through. Correct.
So, but the way they're parenting, yes, open. I think communication is the biggest key, but the rudeness and disrespect and them letting them speak to them that way, that's what is driving me nuts right now. Like, no. And the fact that like she ate the brownie, I mean, come on, you're not going to say anything? Anyway, okay.
I think the whole Charlotte storyline with the parenting is driving me more bananas than the LTW. I'm like kind of like the way that she and her husband co-parent in a way and balance, but also she's like, no, this isn't what you're going to do in public.
Yeah, no,
and no, you're not going to do. Like she's very
that. Yeah, yes,
yeah.
But I also, the fact that the kid was like, oh, come on, man. I'd be like,
yeah, give me a break.
I don't even want to know about this right now.
Totally.
Whatever. You have to sneak around. Everybody else does.
I did not like Aidan's jacket.
Oh, I have more hating.
I wanted to just rip it off, and not in a way of like you're hot moment. It was why are you wearing that?
Yeah.
Awful. You do look like you're in the
the Canadian Mounties.
Whatever she said.
Canadian, whatever.
Give me a hat.
It looked like instead of him wearing the jacket was wearing him. Like he was.
Yeah, it was not flattering at all.
Yeah. No.
He should have just been wearing like not like a pea coat, but like something like that. I was just gonna say that.
Like not a trench, but like just like
something
a
like
jacket.
More masculine that wasn't uniformy. I don't know.
It didn't look like his style. Like he.
And it's no disrespect to the Canadian, like nothing.
No,
like, but
just
it wasn't appropriate for
everybody. Was dying. They said like Aidan came home from war.
Seriously, it was like the Civil War. I was like, what?
I have more hates, by the way.
Ugh, that's all I had. I didn't like it.
More.
Go for it.
Okay. Maybe I'm being. There was outright male exploitation in this. With the Italian guy. And I know it's like, oh, ha, 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 he, don't be serious. But I just a little like, I don't know. If it was the opposite, it would not have gone over okay. Like the opposite, let's go toward, I know it's not exactly the opposite body part, but let's go toward women's boobs. Back in like the 80s movies and maybe even 70s, there'd be full jokes about that. Which at the time, it was just whatever. But now it's like, oh my God, such exploitation. And I don't know. Yeah. For me, it was a little over the top. It was a little like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like the guy who works for Drew Barrymore, I forgot his name because he actually does work, I think, for Drew Barrymore. Forgot his name. He used to work for,
yeah. He used to be on that other show.
He was on another show.
And then he was on that show where they, it wasn't TMZ, but it was something very similar.
Yeah. Anyway,
not Access Hollywood, but something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So he comes out and
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
Oh, let me see. Yeah. It looks good. I'm like, really? I just, again, this was the opposite. It
was a little much.
Yeah.
I hear you.
They treated him like a thing, not a person. Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say. Okay. I also hated the waiter chewing gum. I wanted to punch him in the face.
Again, they were very dead. The restaurant was not bumping the way it should be on the 14th. I mean, they were sharing a charger.
It was bad.
He was the busboy, the waiter, the greeter.
Wasn't even the waiter, I don't think. I think he was the busboy because he was pouring the water and he was just like.
Yeah.
Speaking of that is sort of a part of my. No, I didn't write it down, but it's not really a speech language thing. But you shouldn't really be chewing gum when you wait on tables.
No.
Okay. I don't really have an analysis, but I have some new words to me alert. Inner machinations, which is 2 words. I had never heard that before. Miranda says it, I think at the lunch, and she's talking about the inner machinations, I think, of Aidan's brain or something. And I was like, what? Like, as reading the closed captions, I was like, I've never heard that before. And then I Googled it, and I guess it was used on like a SpongeBob SquarePants episode. Like this word is not new. I also, there was play on words, not saying I loved it. They've always done this in this show though. I'm done with Dickens. That's what Miranda said. And then booty trap as opposed to booby trap. And of course the made up word meathening, which now has created meekend by us.
That's right. I love it.
Okay. What do you got? For your psychoanalysis.
My psych stuff is, well, you noted the Charlotte piece already, so I'll skip over that. Yeah. I wrote about, Miranda needing some positive affirmations in her life a little bit. I think it's time that she had a few positive affirmations in her back pocket. Like, I can do this. I can leave this. Who cares? Move on. I don't know.
This. I deserve
right?
Better.
Like, this isn't college. Like,
so bad.
anything. And then Aidan not going into the apartment was like a whole, like, not sure that Aidan really sought some therapy after their breakup.
I think he still
because he obviously didn't attack that part of. Yeah. So those are my psych notes in the psych corner. From a school psych. I'm not a clinician. So
what's your feeling? Like neither one of us watched episode 8, which came out already. What is your feeling about Aidan and Carrie? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know what that means.
Like, are they gonna be like fall in love with the past and then try to like, maybe change the mistakes or all of those things that I'm remembering now, right? Like, didn't he like make her, or quote unquote make her quit smoking, which is good, but remember like that and the wall thing and like I just like the way he pushed not his agenda, but like almost tried to change who she
did try to change her. There were things about he didn't like. Also, I hate to say, he's second choice, and now that first choice is dead. Like, can he get over that? And
I feel like it'll come to surface at some point. They're gonna like probably jump right in. It's gonna be a whole thing where we're like, whatever, from living the past, like trying to go back and I don't know.
I just wonder for the show. I just don't think it's going to last.
I don't know who knows if the happily ever after thing.
Yeah, right. Who knows if the series will have a third season? Who knows what's happening? But
who knows and what that would do the writers think like a happily ever after Aidan Carrie thing is like the right way to write the show?
I know.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it.
Yeah.
When he hesitated and got upset, I was like, uh-oh. I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling. But I was there for it. Like, I was actually like, I needed that. I need the nostalgia from this show. That's what That's what I love. It
totally draws people in. And that's great. And I mean, but what's next? Burger? I mean, the post-it, like, what are we doing?
Someone said that in the Facebook group. They're like, I think Burger should come in because then he can rub it in her face that scrunchies are back in style.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Someone was like, Aidan looked sick. Like the actor, like they said he looked sick. They're like, I know he got older, but he looked sick. He didn't look right. And someone's like, oh my God, you people are ripping apart. I was like,
give me a break.
Oh my
God, people age. Give me a break.
Calm down, everybody. Yeah, but the one who was saying he looked sick wasn't saying he got old. Like, was saying like, look, I get he aged, but he also to me didn't look right. He looked fine to me. I think he's had like Botox.
Minus the coat.
I know. And it felt like he was doing the robot. Was he doing the robot? He was so stiff.
The coat didn't fit. Everything. I was like, oh, with the coat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I wanted Dave. Anyway. Dave watched some of the episodes, and he's not into it. He was like,
no,
it's so not the original show. I mean, he loved the original show, Sex and the City. But I was like, you have to watch the Aidan comeback one. Come on, because when Aidan character was on and stuff, people would say he's like Aidan because he could make things. He's. Like like he can make things and build things and all that stuff. So I think he kind of liked Aidan. He doesn't look like Aidan, but I guess that's it.
Well, that's it. So what that was 7? So right?
Yeah. I think there's 11.
11? Okay.
I think there is 11. I don't know why. We did talk about this another time. Yeah, we're a little.
Yeah.
All right. You know where to find us.
Give us a shout. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.